From the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
Welcome back to KPIX 5 this morning. Time now is 6:29. I'm Melissa Caen.
Good morning. I'm Devin Fehely.
Fire crews are out responding to a string of fires near Calaveras Reservoir east of Milpitas. 6 fires started, one after the other, on Calaveras Road near Felton Road. Now, this started yesterday at around noon and have burned nearly 130 acres. And a criminal investigation is now underway to uncover whether the fires were intentionally set. That's because 4 fires were put out in the same area on Friday. At last check, these new fires are 40% contained. And all this comes amid a warning from PG&E. The utility says it may be necessary to shut off power in parts of the North Bay this coming week. That's if weather conditions warrant.
An emotional game for a football team in the North Bay. Players stepped onto the field for the first time without one of their teammates. 16-year-old Mario Luke Percio, Jr. of Nevada, was killed last weekend in a car crash. He played varsity football at San Marin High. Police say that Mario was speeding when he crashed into a brick retaining wall, killing him and injuring 2 others. A vigil is still growing at the crash site. His teammates remembered him last night.
It's been a weird week, but I think it's brought everybody closer. It's getting us all fired up, and we all just want to be out here playing for him. So I think it's motivational, but it's, again, tragic.
The San Marin Mustangs ended up winning their game against Terra Linda High 48-22.
Here's a live look at Washington, D.C., where Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, has wrapped up a series of meetings with the president and lawmakers. The discussions have focused on internet privacy, and one of Facebook's harshest critics on Capitol Hill is Senator Josh Hawley, a conservative Republican from Missouri. Hawley is calling on Facebook to sell its WhatsApp and Instagram divisions. He wants them to prove the company is serious about protecting data privacy. Zuckerberg was reportedly not interested in that idea.
The company talks a lot. I'd like to see some action.
Hawley and Democrat Mark Warner of Virginia have proposed legislation that would force tech companies to tell users what data they're collecting and how much it's worth. And a close call for a family in Contra Costa County. Now, we got some pictures here. You got to take a look at this. A pickup truck drove through the garage door and ended up inside the living room of this home in Brentwood. This happened just yesterday before 5 p.m. on West Country Club Drive. Authorities say there were 2 kids playing video games inside the room at the time of the crash. Luckily, though, no one was hurt. Crews on the scene say the vehicle may have had a mechanical failure.
Santa Clara County leaders are taking a new approach to the homeless crisis. They're asking the homeless themselves for their advice. It all happened during a summit yesterday at the county fairgrounds. 3 years ago, voters in Santa Clara County approved a ballot measure that dedicated nearly $1 billion to battle homelessness. But for people living on the street, that help simply cannot come quickly enough.
Not fair to what they're doing. We're human. Our lives matter. Homeless people's lives matter.
We have to build what we call extremely low income permanent housing, and we're doing that, but that's a long rollout.
Yesterday's summit is the county's first large event this year focused on housing and homeless issues. Nearly 60,000 volunteers took part in the 35th annual California Coastal Cleanup Day around the Bay Area. We saw thousands of volunteers get to work, and in Oakland there were even some extra hands from the U.S. Army. About 40 troops fanned out to clean up illegal dumping hotspots and homeless encampments near Lake Merritt. Mayor Libby Schaaf also got her gloves on as part of the Battle for the Bay. It's a friendly competition between the cities of San Jose, San Francisco, and Oakland to see which city can pick up the most trash.
And the good news is that no matter which mayor wins, we all win, because the Bay is something that is shared by all of us.
The competition might be close. In San Jose, about 150 volunteers picked up trash along the banks of Coyote Creek. We'll find out which city picked up the most trash this coming week. The 2 losing mayors will have to volunteer in the winning city.
Democratic presidential candidates turned out to flip steaks and maybe win some votes at the annual steak fry in Des Moines, Iowa this weekend. In a still crowded field, some took aim at President Trump over the controversy about a reported phone conversation he had with the Ukrainian president. The candidates are angry that the Trump administration has refused to turn over or even describe a formal whistleblower complaint by a national security official about that phone call.
Thanks so much for joining us this morning.